Welcome back to Cinematic Cravings. Today we're looking at some revolutionary news that could change the Star Wars universe forever. I'm very excited about the long-awaited return of Daisy Ridley as Ridley. But it's also making some fans very unhappy. Unlike most fans, I love the character of Rey and Daisy Ridley's acting. However, it looks like this project could be much bigger than we thought. It was originally announced as a standalone movie called The New Jedi Order, but Ridley's latest revelation suggests that this could be Star Wars Episode X, the beginning of a whole new era. Could this movie go beyond the Skywalker saga and shape the future of the Star Wars universe? We'll take all these claims together, elaborate on Ridley's statements, and explore how this new movie could transform the Star Wars universe. But before we get into the details, I realize that most of you have already watched and passed by, but subscribing and liking is free. Come on, let's be generous, subscribe to the channel, and like the video so we can grow together. Let's get. Daisy Ridley has been making the rounds for her upcoming film Magpie, and naturally, reporters are seizing the chance to ask her about her Star Wars return. In recent interviews, Ridley hinted at what fans have been speculating the New Jedi Order movie might be more significant than a standalone story. Her comment about the project evolving is exciting because it indicates that Lucasfilm might be considering the film as a foundation for something much larger, potentially even Star Wars Episode X. This speculation is fueling the theory that Rey's story might not just be a continuation but a major new chapter that could set the tone for the next era of Star Wars, introducing a whole new generation to the Force through Rey's eyes. Ridley's return was officially confirmed at Star Wars Celebration 2023, where Lucasfilm announced her role as the leader of a new generation of Jedi. The New Jedi Order movie is set to explore Rey's journey as she rebuilds the Jedi Order, possibly correcting mistakes made in the past. Directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, the project was pitched to Ridley as a fresh take on Star Wars storytelling, which she found compelling enough to sign on. While Lucasfilm has kept plot details under wraps, Ridley's recent interviews suggest that the scope of the movie might be expanding. If this story becomes Episode X, it wouldn't just be Rey's journey, it would be the continuation of Star Wars itself, possibly marking the official start of a new Jedi era in the galaxy. Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's role as the director has been one of the most intriguing aspects of the New Jedi Order movie. Known for her thoughtful approach to storytelling, Obaid-Chinoy is expected to bring a fresh perspective to Star Wars, with a focus on both emotional depth and epic storytelling. Ridley has praised her vision as refreshing, suggesting that Obaid-Chinoy's pitch aligns with her own desire for a new chapter that honors the character's growth. This collaboration could signify a shift in the type of Star Wars stories Lucasfilm wants to tell, steering away from the nostalgia-heavy style of the sequels and into something bolder, deeper, and possibly more inclusive of diverse themes and characters. Fans are hopeful that with Ridley's experience and Obaid-Chinoy's unique vision, we're in for a film that respects Star Wars' legacy while boldly moving it forward. The project recently hit a speed bump with the departure of screenwriter Steven Knight, who exited the film just last week. The timing has left fans speculating about whether a new writer will pick up the story where he left off or if this change might actually lead to an overhaul in the plot's direction. Interestingly, Ridley's excitement hasn't waned despite the change, which suggests Lucasfilm already has a replacement and a new strategy for the project. Knight's departure could hint at Lucasfilm's intention to elevate the story even further, which, if true, means the studio may be preparing for a more ambitious narrative framework, one that possibly stretches across multiple films. In recent interviews, Ridley has shown unbridled enthusiasm about the evolving nature of this project. Speaking to Collider, she mentioned that things are evolving with the film, suggesting that significant shifts might be happening behind the scenes. This choice of words implies that Lucasfilm may have rethought the project's direction, possibly as a response to the overwhelmingly positive reaction to Ridley's return. Her excitement in these interviews makes it seem as though the new plan could be even grander than initially envisioned. This evolution might mean the New Jedi Order film could serve as the first in a series, giving Ridley's character a more substantial role in the broader Star Wars universe than initially anticipated. Ridley's hints have left fans buzzing with the idea that this movie could be Star Wars Episode X. If true, this wouldn't just be another Star Wars story but a continuation of the Skywalker saga, albeit through a new lens. Episode X would mark a pivotal shift in the Star Wars timeline, taking us into an era where the Jedi Order can be rebuilt and where new challenges await in a galaxy still healing from its past conflicts. By positioning it as Episode X, Lucasfilm would be affirming that Rey's journey is not just a side story but an essential part of the Star Wars lineage, intertwining her path with the legacy of the Jedi and the Skywalker family in a way that reshapes her character's impact on the franchise. Adding further fuel to the theory, Ridley mentioned new ones when discussing upcoming Star Wars projects, a statement that has sparked significant speculation. Given Star Wars' history of trilogies, fans are wondering if this new Jedi Order movie is just the beginning. Could Lucasfilm be planning a trilogy that follows Rey as she rebuilds the Jedi Order, trains new Jedi, and faces unprecedented challenges? A trilogy format would allow for a more in-depth exploration of Rey's journey and give the character the narrative breathing room she deserves, providing fans with a story arc that could rectify some of the creative inconsistencies found in the previous trilogy. Trilogies have been a fundamental structure for Star Wars since George Lucas first mapped out his vision for the franchise. From the original trilogy to the prequels and sequels, this format has provided a sense of narrative rhythm and closure. Lucas himself initially envisioned 4 trilogies in total, a structure that he eventually abandoned. However, the enduring success of the trilogy format in Star Wars storytelling speaks to its effectiveness in balancing character development with epic storytelling. If this project becomes a trilogy, it would continue this tradition while setting the stage for Rey's evolution from a lone warrior to a wise Jedi Master, a story arc that could unfold over 3 epic films. One of the most compelling aspects of this new project is Rey's potential role as the leader of the new Jedi Order. This responsibility places her in uncharted territory. We're now looking at a character whose path diverges from the iconic Jedi Masters of the past. Unlike Luke, who was trained by Jedi legends, Rey's path has been largely self-discovered. With no formal Jedi Order left to guide her, Rey must build a new one from the ground up. This offers unique storytelling opportunities, exploring the pressures of balancing mentorship, Jedi philosophy, and the pull of the Force in fresh ways. Rey's journey could redefine what it means to be a Jedi leader, allowing her to reshape the Order as one rooted in new values and adapted to an evolving galaxy. The sequels presented Rey as a character searching for belonging, identity, and purpose, a through line that resonated with many fans. With her new journey, Rey can now transition from student to teacher, taking these themes further by forming a new Jedi community. As she seeks out Force-sensitive individuals across the galaxy, Rey will likely encounter challenges to the Jedi traditions she's inherited, questioning what must change and what should endure. This journey promises an evolution of the sequel trilogy's themes, deepening the exploration of Rey's character while providing new philosophical discussions about the nature of the Force and the Jedi Order's role in the galaxy. If Lucasfilm decides to position this as Episode X, the stakes for getting it right will be immense. The mixed reception of the sequel trilogy, especially The Rise of Skywalker, demonstrated that Star Wars fans have high expectations for both narrative coherence and respect for established lore. Lucasfilm's approach here will need to balance the innovative storytelling of new creators with the classic Star Wars elements fans love. Rey's journey has the potential to unite a divided fanbase if handled with the respect and care that Lucasfilm has hinted at. By allowing Ridley to play a central role in this new chapter and collaborating closely with director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, Lucasfilm may be able to bring the best of both worlds' nostalgia and fresh narrative energy. Ridley has indicated that Lucasfilm is in no rush to release this film, emphasizing a commitment to making sure everything is right before production. A potential release in 2027 would align with the 50th anniversary of A New Hope, a landmark moment for Star Wars. This timing would serve as a symbolic bridge between the franchise's legacy and its future. It would also provide Lucasfilm with the time necessary to refine their approach and ensure that the new Jedi Order story stands as a worthy successor to the original trilogy. Releasing Episode X during such an iconic year could make this film feel like both a celebration of Star Wars history and a groundbreaking new beginning. A new trilogy centered around Rey and her new Jedi Order would not only be thrilling for fans of her character, but also for Star Wars enthusiasts eager for a fresh story arc. This structure would allow Lucasfilm to introduce new Force users, Jedi philosophies, and galactic challenges over an extended storyline. Such an approach could also revitalize the franchise, making it accessible to new audiences while deepening its lore. This new trilogy could explore conflicts that extend beyond light versus dark, delving into complex moral and political dilemmas that make the Star Wars universe more intricate and relevant to contemporary themes. The sequel trilogy's biggest critique was its inconsistent tone and vision, with each director bringing their own distinct style to the story. If the new Jedi Order is indeed the beginning of a new trilogy, Lucasfilm may approach it differently this time. By aligning with a single creative vision, potentially that of director Obaid-Chinoy and her team, they could maintain a more coherent storyline and avoid the disjointed narrative shifts that left fans divided in the sequels. Lucasfilm's focus on a consistent creative approach could provide a stronger foundation for character development, world building, and a more unified story arc that fans can fully invest in over multiple films. Assuming this film turns into a trilogy, Rey's legacy in the Star Wars universe could extend far beyond her own story. As the founder of a new Jedi Order, Rey's influence would echo throughout the galaxy, potentially establishing a lasting foundation for future Jedi generations. This could open up endless possibilities for new characters, plot lines, and conflicts, allowing Star Wars to explore diverse stories within the framework Rey establishes. Just as Luke's teachings shaped the galaxy after the fall of the Empire, Rey's legacy could redefine the Jedi Order for the next 50 years of Star Wars storytelling, ensuring that her character leaves a profound mark on the franchise. One of the most exciting aspects of a new trilogy with Rey is the potential to bridge different generations of Star Wars fans. The original, prequel, and sequel trilogies each brought unique elements to the franchise, attracting fans from various backgrounds. Rey's new Jedi Order movie, if positioned as Episode X, would serve as a unifying point, combining elements from all previous trilogies and inviting both longtime and new fans to the story. By crafting a story that respects the past while pushing boundaries, Lucasfilm can create a fresh yet familiar experience that appeals to everyone, from those who grew up with Luke to a new generation introduced through Rey. Lucasfilm has had its fair share of successes and challenges with the Star Wars franchise. The mixed reactions to the sequels serve as valuable lessons for this new chapter. From pacing issues to character inconsistencies, the studio is now in a position to apply these lessons and produce a more cohesive, satisfying storyline with Rey at its center. By learning from these past mistakes, Lucasfilm can avoid pitfalls and build a stronger, more balanced narrative that both honors the legacy of Star Wars and resonates with today's audiences. The new Jedi Order could be the film where the studio gets it right, showing fans they've heard their concerns and are committed to delivering the high-quality storytelling Star Wars deserves. These developments about Rey's return in the new Jedi Order could be the beginning of a really exciting time for Star Wars fans. If this project does indeed materialize as Episode X, we're sure to learn more details about the future of the Star Wars universe. What do you think about this? Are you on the side of those who love the character of Rey or those who don't? Would you like to see a new Star Wars trilogy starring Rey Skywalker? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss our future content. See you in the next video. Goodbye, and may the Force be with you.